Can I get somebody to help hand these things out here to these good folks? I'm missing you this year. Yeah, I appreciate that anyway. But you've had a good week with Terry, and you will. I'm not coming back after today, so I need to come in and say a couple things to you. One is to talk about next year. I'll be back teaching next year, Lord willing, and you'll be back, Lord willing, and maybe some other folks too. I'm going to talk next year. I've threatened to do this for several years, but it's finally the year. I'm going to talk about Abraham Lincoln next year. So I hope you enjoy that, and I want you to be reading up on him and doing whatever you can do to figure out what Abraham Lincoln's all about. Everybody comes to the table with something about Lincoln, I think. Everybody does. So I'm going to talk about that next year, and we're also going to try something new. That's what you're getting here on the flyer. Here's the plan. Come to Roundup, and then a bonus opportunity for you. You don't have to do it. If you can't, you don't have time, money, interest, that's fine. But we want Rounduppers to follow up next year with, once we've covered Lincoln and Roundup, then the week after that, we want to go to Springfield, Illinois.
Oh, really?
We do. And the plan is, as you can see on the flyer, it'll kind of give you the rundown on this, but the plan is to do Roundup as usual. So if you only come for Roundup, you're good. You'll get the regular Roundup. For those who want to then follow up the next week, we will, Saturday after Roundup, we'll take a rest because we're all going to need it. And then Sunday after church here at East Hill, we'll head out on the road. And we will take a trip. We will go to, first day out, we're going to go down to Kansas City, to the World War I Museum, because that'll be on our way. Then the next day on Monday, we'll get to Springfield, Illinois. We will be in the town where Lincoln lived virtually his entire adult life. He moved outside of Springfield when he was just in his 20s, to New Salem village, which has been recreated today. He lived in Springfield for decades. The only house he ever owned was in Springfield, Illinois. A lot of you, I'm sure, have been there. Who's been to Springfield? Okay, not that many. Not that many. All right. Lincoln's house is still there. His law office is still there. His grave, still there. It's just if you want to just immerse yourself in Lincoln, that's the place you go. Is Springfield, Illinois. So we will be there for a couple of days and a half or so, absorb all of that we possibly can. Then we'll get back on the road. On the way back, we will go through Iowa. We'll hit the Amana colonies. If you've never been there, it's really pretty cool. One of those utopian religious communities of the 19th century that finally disbanded the 1930s, I think. But it's going to be a cool opportunity for you. Now, this is an extra. There's a cost to it. Obviously, if we're going to be traveling and staying in hotels and eating food and all those kinds of things, there's a cost to it. So you can see on the sheet here, and I don't want to worry too much about the details. I don't want to take a lot more time to do this. You've got the information here in front of you. There's a $900 cost on this for 7 days on the road. Double occupancy in the hotels, those kinds of things. We wanted you to hear about this a year ahead because we want you to plan for it. We don't want to spring this on you in April next year and then suddenly you got to come up with $900 to take a trip with me and some of these other good folks too. So we're giving you a year advance. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be cool. I was talking to Brent yesterday. Brent said something I thought was interesting. He said, I think we've got Rounduppers here who for years we just haven't challenged them enough. We just haven't offered them enough. So this is an opportunity for you to come to Roundup, follow it up, get on the road, walk where Lincoln walked. And some of you know what that means. To go where he lived. This is true of anybody historical. To have these physical places, to walk the floors, to touch the walls, to just see where he lived, to go to his gravesite, which is really, really a cool place, by the way. That sounds odd to say, but it really is. That's what we're trying to give you as an opportunity next year. Let me do this. Yes, sir.
I see 15 passenger vans. Is that the limit?
Meaning, is that all the people we can take?
Yes.
No. That's one van. We've got several vans.
Okay, and what about people taking the passenger cars, the vehicles?
As far as I'm concerned, I'm not the one in charge of this, by the way. I'm just the guy who's gonna tell you that stuff.
Well, see, I'm asking this to advertise it back home.
Yeah, let me tell you what ideally we would like to have happen. Ideally, this is for rounduppers. Ideally, we want you to have been to Roundup and gotten, you know, kind of the full meal deal here on Lincoln, and then have a little bit more fuller bucket of knowledge, and then head on and go to the places he
Well,
went.
see, we've got some people that couldn't be here this year.
Yeah.
Talking about.
Yeah, I think those kinds of exceptions can be hammered out in some way. But again, I'm not the guy who makes all those executive decisions. That guy right there is. So, but you can,
Form a conga line.
we knew the issue would come up. What if you want to drive your own car? I don't think we got any issue with that. You want to drive your own car? So we can maybe figure out some of those details like that. But again, on kind of the way we're looking at it, this is a follow-up to Roundup. And yes, the number is limited, but it's not limited to one van. So if we round up to two vans, or I guess even three, we'll figure that out when the time comes. Well, the honcho of the deal to me is that guy right there. It's Brent Wagner. This is a development thing.
Everybody's pointing fingers.
Look at all the finger pointing over here at this side of the room. What I know is I'm not in charge. That's what I'm sure of, all right? So I think if you have questions, maybe come up later. If you get back home, you think about X, Y, Z. Shoot Brent an email, and maybe shoot Crystal an email. Is that fair? Don't shoot me an email.
Right, well, and if you're shooting it to me or to Gail or to Crystal, what's gonna happen is we're gonna figure it out as a group, and Tim will probably be part of those discussions. I'd say the main points are, at some level, there are gonna be some limitations to space, but even more, there's limitations to time by which you would make a decision, because there's enough planning involved. And I don't know if you've already.
I haven't. What you'll see on your sheet is that there is a time, this is time sensitive. We need to know if you're going to do this. What date did I put on that? October 1. Okay. We need to know that because if we're going to be making bookings for lodging and things, we need to do that far enough in advance to make sure we got enough rooms.
It's a limited number of people.
It's just that simple. And we can get our better deal a little bit more out of time. Any other questions about any of this that you want to ask about?
It'll be the week before.
Are we trying to answer somebody's question? Okay.
So the week of Roundup for next year would be May 17 to 23. And so this trip would be May 24 to May 30.
22nd will be the Friday,
Yes.
and then you'd have a day, do your laundry and sleep all day, or whatever you need to do to recover from Roundup.
It would
before
be
you
Saturday.
get something else.
You'd
That'd
have
be
Saturday to kind
Right.
of have a down day, decompress, and then the trip would start on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, we would go ahead and church here, and then we'd get on the road after that. So we wouldn't go to the museum in Kansas City till Monday morning.
Yes, yeah, Memorial.
As far as staying in the dorm, they're asking staying in the dorm that Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you get an extra night in the dorm. Isn't that great? What about food?
I'm sure we'll figure something out.
We'll figure something
Don't worry about
out.
that.
You will
Yeah.
not go hungry. Yeah, I want to step up that here, we're just buying more. I think that's the song does. Let me ask one question and then I'll get out of the way here. Just your interest level right now, this doesn't commit anybody to anything, who's in? Okay, hang on. Keep them up, please, because we're not writing down names, but the question is, are you in? Just theoretically, are you in? Okay, we just want to see whether we've got 2 people interested or 50, all right? Right now, it's about the trip. Right now, the question is, are you in on the trip? Theoretically, are you in on the trip? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's about 30? 30?
We're not buying rings yet.
Yeah, we're not booking any hotels tomorrow, so, okay. I'll get out of the way. I'm excited about this. We know, we can sit here and talk about this kind of thing. You know what it's like, because some of you travel. Until you go there, it's not the same. It's not the same. All right.
But it's also way different place when you travel.
It is. She's saying to be with fellow Christians is in itself a blessing, and it certainly is. Just, I mean, it's just this week on the road.
We could store
That's what it becomes.
Thank you. Here to go on.
People and then all the.
Till have a good year. You won't see me tomorrow. I'll be on the road.